Hello, class of 2025. You guys look great. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak here tonight. I haven't lost any sleep or had any anxiety about this. Really, it is thrilling though. And what about those speeches, those amazing graduates? We had so many summa cum laude speakers this year, we had to get a bigger venue, so way to go. But those student speakers really are a testament to how amazing this class really is and all that you've accomplished. And we are here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments that you all have achieved on your journey here, but to prepare for the road ahead. So many unbelievable things have happened on your collective and individual journeys. The journeys your classmates just talked about. But not all of our successes and accomplishments look the same. Some of us have achieved highly in academics, some of us athletic feats, lacrosse, while others have developed and shared our artistic, musical, and theatrical talents. And all of these things we celebrate tonight. But tonight I also want to acknowledge the private and individual achievements and challenges that you have all faced on your journey here. Challenges that you have faced perhaps without anyone else knowing. Personal and family illnesses, struggles with social anxiety and mental health, loss, economic stress. For some of us, school itself has been hard to get through, maybe emotionally, academically, socially. Only you and your families know the challenges that you have faced along your journey and what has brought you to this moment. But tonight we want you to know how very proud we are of each and every one of you for everything you have overcome and done to get here. Parents and families, tonight we also acknowledge your journey here. This moment can bring a lot of emotions as our babies reach the stage. Maybe it's relief that they made it. Maybe sadness, certainly joy. Some of us are thrilled to be done. You know who you are. This isn't the end of our parenting or guidance, of course, but it does mark a huge milestone for them and for us. So congratulations to all your families and parents. You did it too. And so, class of 2025, tonight does indeed mark the end of one journey and the beginning of another journey. This is exciting and maybe a little bit scary. Some of us know exactly what we want to do, while others are still uncertain and maybe a little afraid. That's okay. Life really isn't about a set destination, but it's about the experiences and the people that you meet on the way. In fact, as I was thinking about your upcoming journey, I was reminded of one of my own. The year was 1993. I was a sophomore in high school, and my best friend, Allie, just got her driver's license a full 6 months before I would get mine. But her new freedom meant freedom for me too, because she now had access to a 1975 Oldsmobile Supreme that we called the Pile, which was short for pile or something. It was this huge, long, golden brown thing that kind of handled more like a boat, just kind of floating here and there. Our first outing was set. It was late November, and Allie was going to pick me up out in the country where I lived, on a farm in between Prescott and Ellsworth, Wisconsin. And we were going to drive the 10 miles to the River Falls Theater. For the occasion, we had chosen the perfect fit, tightly rolled up jeans, of course, bulky flannel, and flimsy canvas shoes. As we left, my mom tried to make us put on, or at least take with us, coats or boots. And my dad reminded us that the roads were icy and maybe drifted over due to the 2 feet of snow that we had already had that year. He told us to start braking before we thought we had to, because our country roads were maybe more icy and snowy than the ones in town. Well, we weren't listening. We were more excited to get out on the road by ourselves. We got to that pile, blasted the cassette tape that was in the car, and I still remember the song that we blared. of jumped out of nowhere, and when Allie tried to brake, that big boat of a car floated to the left, floated to the right, and back to the left again, into a 2-foot snowbank. We looked at each other in disbelief. We were on a very remote road, at least 2 feet of snow. It was dark, maybe 15 degrees, and we had no hats or coats, and footwear that was the equivalent of sandals with no socks, which I know you would not be caught dead doing. You would at least have socks on. We had no cell phones in those days, and no way to get out of the ditch, and not a single idea of what to do. We sat there for a little bit, in disbelief, and then that turned to hysterical laughter, which it does with best friends often, and then to a slight panic. We decided we had no choice except to run back to my house in those crappy little shoes. We were just about to jump out of the car into the snow when there was a knock on the window. Was it my dad checking up on us? Maybe a patrol car just miraculously driving by. Was it an angel? No, it was Carol. Carol was our tough, kind of rough around the edges, no nonsense horse farmer. I rolled down my window like this, because that's how we did it, and Carol looked in at us, and she took in our situation, shoes and all. I don't even remember what she said, but it wasn't much. She knew my parents, who had 7 kids and a lot of worries probably, and she probably wanted to help them. I don't even remember how she did it, but we were out of the ditch in a matter of minutes, and we took off much more slowly and carefully, and even made it to the start of the movie. Now many years later, I look back at that as a mom and a teacher, and I just cringe at how naive we were, hoping that my kids and students are smarter and more prepared than we were, but knowing that experience is really the only lesson that truly teaches us. And as an English teacher, I can't help but see the important literary features in the story and the lessons that they teach. Number 1, foreshadowing. You probably noticed a heavy dose of foreshadowing in the story, mostly because of my parents' warnings. And you're right. My parents, who are the heroes of my life, knew better than we did. They knew to be prepared, and what could be a problem for us because they had lived it and experienced it. So listen to people who have experience and who do have wisdom. Learn from others and be open to growing. Be willing to admit that you don't know everything, and you probably never will, and that's okay. Life is about learning and growing from our mistakes. There's a metaphor of the road. Like all of us here today, Allie and I were embarking on a new and exciting journey, and we were excited for our future and our new freedom. But like many journeys, ours had an icy patch, an unplanned hiccup. This will undoubtedly happen to all of us several times in our lives. Things will not always go as planned. Sometimes we'll have to figure it out on our own. Sometimes we'll have our best friends by our side to laugh and cry with. And sometimes we will need to be rescued by someone. And very likely that someone will be a strong and smart woman. When you do hit these icy patches, you will need to just drive on, find a path forward, and become stronger and wiser because of it. And finally, there's a motif, a symbol. We all know that that Journey song was symbolic. I mean, I wouldn't have completely embarrassed myself if it wasn't. But don't stop believing. Don't stop believing in the goodness that does exist in people everywhere. Don't stop believing in truth and love and justice. Don't stop believing in yourself and the limitless potential that you have. Don't stop believing in your dreams, even when the road does take an unexpected turn. Don't stop believing in the incredible power each and every one of you have to make the world a better place, even just one small good deed at a time. And class of 2025, don't stop believing that when you cross this stage tonight, you have what it takes to face and embrace the future. Congratulations, class of 2025, and best to all of you on your journeys ahead.